There's a certain kind of K-drama heartbreak that doesn't make you cry. It just stays. Not because of the male lead, but because of the one who waited, understood, and still wasn't chosen. That's second lead syndrome. And some of us never recovered. These are 5 K-drama men who stayed with us longer than the story allowed, because they reminded us of a truth we learned too early. Sometimes being good isn't enough. Ji-hoo was calm in a story full of chaos. While everything around him was dramatic and aggressive, he was quiet, safe, emotionally available. He listened. He understood. He waited. And maybe that's why he lost. Ji-hoo was many of our first second lead heartbreaks. The first time we rooted for softness and watched it lose. He taught us something early, even if we didn't have words for it then. Being emotionally safe doesn't always make you the final choice. Seo-jun wasn't loud love. He was gentle consistency. He didn't manipulate situations. He didn't push boundaries. He just stayed kind. Watching Seo-jun step back felt like watching goodness be overlooked. This wasn't rage-inducing heartbreak. It was soft disappointment, the kind that feels uncomfortably familiar. Because sometimes in real life, the kindest person in the room isn't the one who gets chosen either. Woo-tak knew. He knew early on that he wouldn't be chosen. And still he stayed. Not out of hope, but out of care. There was something deeply moving about that. Loving someone while already accepting loss. Woo-tak didn't demand space in the story. He simply existed with warmth and dignity. And that's why he hurt. Because he represented a kind of love that asks for nothing and still loses everything. Nam-gil didn't feel like a second lead. He felt safe. He listened without interrupting. He respected boundaries without pulling away. He showed up without demanding anything in return. And that's why his loss felt so real. Nam-gil represented the kind of love that makes sense, but arrives when someone is still tied to the past. Watching him lose felt less like fiction, and more like life choosing familiarity over growth. Jung-hwan didn't lose because he loved less. He lost because he waited. He noticed everything. He cared quietly. He kept choosing the right time. And by the time he spoke, life had already moved on. This was the first time many of us learned that hesitation has consequences. This one didn't hurt loudly. It hurt slowly. And it never really stopped. Second lead syndrome hurts because it's never just about the drama. It's about the versions of ourselves that loved quietly, waited patiently, and still weren't chosen. They didn't get the girl, but they gave us something else. A way to understand our own heartbreaks. And maybe that's why we never really moved on. If this stayed with you, maybe it's because part of you still misses the stories that once felt like home.